What happens when a promoter texts you? Okay, maybe I shouldn't go that way again. Probably an update that no one was really expecting, and neither was I. But indeed, our same promoter, Philippa, texted me being like, hey, so you played with us for the photo shoot marathon thingy situation. You made your version of the song. We're going to be doing this local award ceremony about that same photo shoot marathon with the same theme, so what about you come and play the same song for us? We've had some technical difficulties and had to change the nature of the event a little bit, so I'm sorry to be reaching out to you at such a short notice, but in some ways, it is what it is. If you can't make it, then that's fine. Today is October 19th, it's about 1 p.m. and to be honest, I received this text like a couple of days ago only. At first I thought it was going to be a little bit tricky, all the way back in June 28th, when I made my own version of Verdes by Verdes to play at the museum for that specific gig. I couldn't have imagined that I would be playing it again. I played the song for a while, but then all the way through like July, August, and September, I didn't really play the song again. Sure, I've heard it a bunch of times because I was editing videos and editing the footage, but I didn't really play it, so I had to practice it a couple of times. And if I'm being completely honest, I kind of surprised myself a little bit because I knew most of the song. Now it's going to be a little bit different because every time I've been playing it so far, I've been playing it along with the released version of the song. It has my own guitar tracks on it. With here, I'll just be taking the guitar tracks out and just get the rest of the orchestration in and use it as a backing track. So it's going to be a little bit of a different experience, but even then, I think we're pretty much settled for it. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. It's been like the second week, I think, of releasing content about the documentary, and the support already has been amazing. I'm treating this as a little bit of a holiday special. If you know the reference, you know the reference. And I think it's going to be an interesting thing to share this last bit of the story. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to export the backing track, get my rig sorted out, and bring you guys along the way. So unlike last time, I don't really have to take a bunch of gear because we're going to be playing at the fnac shop in Viseu. They have a PA there, and I've been told there's going to be a sound tech, so I can just take the quad cortex, which I'm going to have to rip off of the pedal board because I've been setting up this pedal board. It's not finished yet. I've been recording some videos about it, about the setting up and construction of the pedal board, but it's not really done yet. And because it's not really done yet, I'm not really going to take this whole thing without a case because I still don't have a case for it. Probably take my iPad to play the backing track, take a couple of cables because I know they have cables there, but if I just come in with my own cables and just give them the end and like, hey, plug this in, then it's just going to make the whole setup experience way faster, way quicker, and especially considering that it's one of those situations where I'm playing one song in an event that it's not about me at all, it's not about music at all. I'm always one of those people that thinks the rig should be appropriate to the situation, but hey, that's a debate for another time. So let me just take this out of here and set it up. Alright, a bit trickier than I wanted to, but it is now out. A bit dirty, I have to clean it up. It's a little bit of a rat's nest over here, not gonna lie. But even then, I think I'll probably be able to figure out exactly where everything needs to go. I could be taking the expression pedal here as well, but for the context of this song, I don't really think it's needed. So yeah, I'll just be taking the quad cortex in its case, and it's good enough for us. I don't need to be taking the power supply either, because I have an extra power supply binaural for this. So yeah, this part of the rig is all set up. Okay, so with all of that being said, last time I took a chair to the museum. This time I don't really think I need to take a chair. I'm sure somewhere in there they're gonna have a proper chair. Would they probably have a proper chair at the museum? Probably, but even then, I didn't want to risk it, and it's not like I'm risking it now, like, I don't think it's a big deal. I was going to close this up, but I still need my wireless, which is charging, so I'm going to leave this open until I do that. And for guitars, obviously, I'm going to be taking the one guitar that makes this whole thing possible. I have an extra string pack in here. But I'm probably not going to need one. I mean, I'm not really playing the lead, I'm just playing chords, so what's the likelihood that I break a string playing just one song? Probably none, right? Probably none. And there we go. The queen for today. Now I think I might be able to fit some extra cables there like I did last time. Going with one XLR for the quad cortex. And before you ask, can it fit in here? Kind of, but it's a little bit too bulky. I used Dario cables and they're a little bit bulky. I don't think it's going to be necessary at all because it only failed me once and it was in a very weird situation. But I'm going to just take a regular like 1/4 inch guitar cable in case the wireless for some reason isn't working there or it's catching up like a lot of frequencies and stuff like that. A cable for me to get the backing track all the way to the sound guy can go in here. That's pretty much all that I need to pack to head there. All pretty much ready now, just gonna go export the backing track. Alright, so I just opened up my session for the song that I did during those 10 days, and this is going to be one of those things where different people are going to have different ways to figure out how to do a backing track, like do different mixing and different mastering. Like, yeah, that should probably be the way to do this, but considering that we don't have a lot of time, we were unprepared, and that this pseudo mix and master was done in a couple of hours and it's not really that good. It's just a demonstration of what we can do in like that short amount of time. I don't think anyone is really going to care if we don't do this like properly by the book and like with good quality and like a proper backing track. Now the one thing we should change is that we should make the start of the track be all the way back to the beginning, and we should maybe add a little track here with some sort of a click to tell us like when we should be getting in. Okay, that's enough of accounting for us. And now we're gonna do the very difficult task of muting the guitars. Yeah, and we have this like guide that in the original track is very low. Maybe here we should get it a little bit higher just for my sake, so I can hear it and guide myself to the beginning. Now some of you guys might be thinking that since the backing track only really starts here rather than the beginning, that I could just like get the backing track start here, and whenever I get to this section with my guitar playing, I just put in the backing track and start from there, and I just play the song a bit lower. But that doesn't really feel too good to me because I have to be playing with a click, and if I'm going to be playing with a click or with a little track just to guide me, which is going to be low, like I don't think anyone's going to really notice or care, I'd much rather go this way because I've had experience before playing with other bands and playing with tracks and doing that exact thing of just getting the track to start here whenever we get to this section. But if we're not playing at the exact tempo, it just feels like a weird disconnect. I could be actively trying to start the song slower over here so that when we get to here, even if the song is a bit faster, it just feels like we're speeding up a little bit and doing a little bit of a ramp, which would be okay. But yeah, I don't trust it. I don't trust my abilities, especially without any practice for this specific situation, to get on with it and do it. So yeah, so with that being said, we go here, we go export, mix down, we rename it to backing track. It's going to take a couple of minutes at least, so I'm going to leave it exporting, eat something, and then we'll figure it out along the way. Alright, so I got pretty much everything packed up, and I was going to take things to the car, but I'm recording this with an older phone with not a very so good camera, because my actual phone, which I usually use for vlogging, is now putting some of the files that I recorded this morning about all the setting up we were doing and stuff like that. But AirDrop is failing and doing it by cable takes a long time. But I really need to put those files into my computer so I get the extra storage to vlog for today. So it's a little bit stressful because I'm in the nick of time, but hopefully everything will sort itself out. I'm going to put these things on the car and talk more to you about it later.
There we go.
Eu não preciso de subsair da faixa, ou seja, não preciso ficar um bocadinho mais alto. Se ficar mais ou menos igual, está-se bem. Menos da guitarra. A guitarra só precisa ver um bocadinho. É a mesma guitarra? Sim. Menos guitarra. O que eu preciso mesmo é a faixa. A guitarra só um bocadinho. Dá mais faixa, mais. A faixa que é mesmo assim que queres? É. Tu sair fora, sentires que tens de equalizar alguma coisa, estás à vontade. Eu só preciso de ouvir aqui.
Palmas. Bem, eu prometo que vai ser muito breve.
Por isso, acho que vocês vão gostar. Não é aquela música de Jorge Palma, não, mas aquela música tradicional portuguesa. Ouçam. Obrigado.
Filipe, obrigado por me teres convidado outra vez. Estou sempre grato quando recebo uma mensagem tua, porque é sempre ou um pedido para uma cena fixe, ou então é porque é uma daquelas inside jokes, como o chapéu do senhor motorista durante o dia do museu, e portanto essas coisas fazem toda a diferença. Tu sugeriste que eu viesse tocar a música e fazer a minha versão da música. E portanto a minha questão, que é uma questão muito dramática e muito impactante para a tua vida pessoal, o que é que tu achaste da minha versão quando ouviste pela primeira vez? Ficaste tipo, ele trouxe esta porcaria para aqui, eu não acredito. Uma música tão bonita do Carlos Paredes, ele fez uma bastardização desta música desta maneira. Portanto, está à vontade para seres honesto.
Foi exatamente isso, por isso é que eu te convidei outra vez para vires tocar outra vez, porque a minha opinião foi... Não, eu gostei muito. A primeira vez que eu vi lá no museu achei que ficou espetacular, ficou uma coisa mesmo espetacular e notava-se na cara dos participantes quando eles iam entrando, ficaram todos, uau, o que é que se está a passar aqui, que fixe. Acho que eles estavam à espera que fosse uma coisa muito mais um cover normal, não estavam à espera que fosse uma adaptação para a guitarra elétrica e acho que isso faz toda a diferença. Foi uma coisa completamente diferente e nunca antes ouvida e eu gostei mesmo muito e obrigada por teres aceito o desafio e obrigada por estares aqui hoje mais uma vez.
Não, eu é que tenho que te agradecer. Pronto, cá está, também não deu nada.
Obrigada.
Pronto, assim. All right, everyone. So we were just driving back to leave our cameraman home, and I forgot that we didn't really record an ending to this. And now it's dark. We're at the car in the middle of like a nowhere street. But yeah, we're recording this to say thank you for watching this. It's been a pleasure to document this for you. I want to thank our cameraman over here because it wouldn't have been possible without him. And yeah, thank all of you guys for watching this. I'm envisioning this as a little bit of a holiday special. Again, if you know the reference, you know the reference. It was fun. It was a cool experience. Things didn't really go according to plan. Like I was told they would play a video before I played. And then the video wasn't working, so they were just like, sorry, audience members. Guess we're just gonna skip to the coolest part, which was cool of Philippe to mention that I'm the coolest part, because obviously I wasn't. And then, yeah, even at the end of performing, not only did I not know that the old ladies were going to be singing, our sound man didn't know it either. And like, he kind of rushed to be like, I think they're probably going to bust this dude's pedal board and guitar, so I'm just going to rush in and save everything. Like, thanks Fernando as well, the sound tech. I didn't know him beforehand. I had played at FNAC before, but with a different sound tech, and Fernando was just as a cool engineer as any other engineer I've worked with. So props to him as well. And yeah, this indeed comes out during the holidays. Happy holidays. Thank you for all the support. I'm going to leave our cameraman go home. So yeah, then there you go. And the car is rushing to go home too. So thank you, everyone. Have a good day.